So these are going to need to be taken off the arms. I'm going to have to take off this part, and then I'm going to put the cap press on. So let's get on with it. Right, so this bit goes underneath there. These have to be flush because you don't want to graze them underneath, but don't do them too far because they do fall off. All we're doing is just lifting these slightly up so they meet there to the back, and then we screw them back in place. Ooh. Flatten this. So I've put a straight line on this masking tape. The reason being is it's the easiest way for me to find centre. So I bring it down and then meet it at the edge. So first, so let's hoop it on and get it on machine. Need to push it a bit further round because every time it happens it always goes to one side, and that's because when it's linked in you're moving it that way as you're clipping it in. That's much better. So I've now got where my centre line is. It's now all hooped up. I just need to turn it round and clip it in. Now all I need to do is just clip it in place. Is the big button up here. I'm making sure the three, so there's two here and then one down there, is in place. And all I'm doing now is just seeing where the needle is to the line. So we're just a few mil out. Right, so the only thing to do is fingers crossed and let's play. Hi everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Emma and I'm the artist behind Unsteady Art. So when I last left off, it was doing all of the testers for the cap. Well, since then, I have recorded it, I just haven't moved it up because I didn't need to edit last week's video. And that come out absolutely fantastically well. So at the moment, I haven't cleaned it up, I just needed to do it so I could take photos. I also did another art which I didn't record for the same person, which is the motor club that it belongs to. So I will be cleaning them off. I had that design way before now, so I didn't really need to do anything with it other than print it out. So today I'm going on to the Roadhog. So hopefully you will have seen just before here the caps as well as the first go of the drawing. You seen me digitise last week, I just forgot to put the pictures in front. So another point as well, I would like to thank everybody that subscribed and liked and watched. I've had so much hype in the last few days. Starting with the shorts, but I have had a few pickups with the videos as well, and I'd just like to thank you for that. So thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers. So yeah, let's get on with it. Right, so I've got this old polo shirt of my husband's. Now I purposely took out the logos, so at least then that's all safe. But I'm going to kind of go down the sim just to get a bit more of the material, so I can reuse it basically. So yeah, let's cut this up. Right, so I've took the main body away from the sleeves because the first two I'm going to be doing is pocket sized. So it's one for Hog Road and then the other for Sportsman. So at least then I've got enough fabric for the big ones as well as the little ones because it's going in two sizes. As much as technically if it works on one it should work on the other, but there is a lot more factors playing in when you're doing it over a bigger area because there's some that don't get secure enough. So let's get on with it. Right, so when it comes to polo shirts, I think I'd rather double up on the stabiliser just to give it that bit of depth. So I'm going to get this on machine, get it stitched out, do the bigger one, and then probably leave it for today because we have had quite a long morning. So let's go. Hi everyone. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a catch up. So in the background I'm actually printing all of the notebooks, again the A6 ones, because I've had 4 sold. So that's getting printed out. I've also doing something a bit different. So we went out and bought loads of pens from a what's the word? An ex-catalogue place. So pens like this. And the idea is on my notebooks to be able to put them on. It's just something so I can give a bit extra. They didn't cost a lot, so I'm quite willing to give them for absolutely nothing, but it just adds to it. Now there is a load, and I mean a load of different pens. So these, for example, so I've got different colours, I've got wood ones, some have got stylus on end, others are just wood block. So I'm not going to put what type you'll get, and the reason being is I don't know, it's whatever I get at the time. But like I said, for now at least, they can be free. So another thing that I've done as well, I've also redesigned a very small notepad, and the reason for this is for the shopping Brid, because we'll be going down in a couple of weeks, and that is so people can feel the quality without actually opening the books. I just don't want people to start writing in the books that they shouldn't do, so that's one of the reasons. The shorts have been going very well, so I am continuing with them, and yeah, so the only thing I can do is let's print everything out, and I'll see you when all that's done. So I've got the smart vinyl. Now, yes, I can just put it straight in the machine. The issue that you get sometimes with that though is it doesn't start till later on, so I try and avoid that, being honest. But these are usually longer. So I need, I put this wrong way. I'm needing 26. It's about there. By 4. So pretty much is where I actually made. Oh. So I don't know if this is going to work, be fully honest about it. Do it that way so I know. There's the brayer. Make sure it's stuck down. Right, let's feed it through the machine and we can go from there. So they're all cut out. No idea if they're cut out right, but here goes. Oh, they have. Oh. Oh, that look perfect. Right, so when it comes to the transfer tape, you can reuse it as much or as little as you want. So I'm just going to do it so it's enough just to cover the two. Because what I'm going to do is put them on, cut that bit off. I'm not getting it with the old stuff. So I've got 16 books printing out and all of them get a free pen. So what I'm going to do is actually do it so they get one with paws on to then put it back. So with the paws, I am trying to get it where it's just the black ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So I'm purposely going to put it on to the pads, and the reason being is if I do that, it should hold it into a section. Spray it down as much as I can, and that should allow me to pick all of them barring the two. Oh, here we go. There we go. Just until I do this bit, okay. There we go. So I think they've come out really, really cute. So now we've got the paws that goes all the way around and a few contrasting paws there. It was a pain to get on because there's a few that kind of went astray, but it's so worth it. So absolute worth it. To say that it's something that's more like a freebie, I just find it so cute. Right, so all of those are done. I've got a lot more printing out, but it's more 2 of those, and then the rest of them are my notepads. So once all of those are done, I'll be pretty much ready then for them going out. One thing I do need to do is the rest of the polo, but I have been given a very big, what's the word? The time that they need it for is months away. So I'm in no rush to do it, but I am in a rush to get it done. Makes sense? So yeah, I'm gonna end this for today. So if you did like this, like, subscribe, comment, love to hear what you're saying, and I will be back in a few days. So see you then. Hi everybody. So once again, I've ended up having to record on my work day, but I don't mind, and I'm liking the fact that I've got something to do again. So I've got all of these to cut up. I've also got the other 2 books I'm missing and a few testers. So basically the idea with these is people can have a feel for the paper that I'm using, the material that I'm using. So I've got a lot of scrap, and hopefully this is the right size, unless I'm going to be printing them again, but we win some and we lose some. So let's go. So first off, everything needs to go in halves. So all the glue stuff is out again. I'm only going to do 4 today. So that. Hey again everyone, so I was up quite late finishing all of these notepads off, so now they are all fully done. So these ones are my A6 50 sheet notepads. They aren't on the website yet, but I would have thought that there will be at least in the next few weeks. So yeah, I need to package these up and get them ready so they're nice and protected. So let's go. So first of all, I need to put the stickers on. These are just so if they do want to redo, there is a sticker then to do it, so they know where they got it from. It also means that I don't have to put it on other products that I do for packaging. It just makes things a bit more streamlined basically. Right, so I've got some 5x7" cello wraps. So this is just because it's paper and need to protect it from water. So what I usually do, if I can get one, there we go. Turn it so that bit is to the front of my character. Drop it down, pull it right to the edge. Expose the sticky bit. So all I'm doing now is just pleating it at the edge, folding it round. I turn it round because there is still a little bit of room. So I just grab a bit of tape, lay it underneath, stick it tough. Then what I'm going to do now is just do the same as what I did before. So crease it, lift it up, and then I just tidy the edges off because there's always a little bit of the edge left. And that's how I do that bit. So let me do all the rest and then we'll get on with it. So let's go. Right, so all I'm doing now is just putting the stickers on to say what they are. See if I can get it in focus for you. There you go. So I'm just going to go through all of that now. So all I'm doing now is just putting all the price stickers on so they're ready to be wrote on and done. Hi again, so it is getting late, but I am going to have to push through this last bit. One, I want to finish the video. Two, I need this away because I've still got the embroidery ones to do tomorrow. So I need to get this out of the way so at least it's cleared off. So what am I doing? I sillily printed out, instead of 25 sheets for these, I ended up doing 50, so I've actually got enough for 4 of Flash's notebooks. So I've printed out 2 lots of everything. So we've got the back and the front, or I should say the second page and the second to last page of the soft notepads, the sticker paper for, no, the photo paper that needs laminating to put through the Cricut, that's also for soft. The back and the fronts for the hard, and then the cover sheets for the hard as well. So all these need to be chopped down and done what it needs to be done, with the exception of the one for the Cricut machine, because that's going to be laminated and cut with the Cricut. So yeah, let's get on with it. So these are the sticker sheets. These are the back sheets. Oh. Now I've got the 2 sheets that the 2 sheets of photo paper that make up the soft books, as well as my bookmarks. So let's push this through. So all I'm doing here is just removing the backing from the sticky paper. Oh, there we go. What I'm doing is just trying to eyeball this straight, which I have to admit 9 out of 10 times has worked. I've tried lining it up, I've tried quite a few things, and it just doesn't seem to work. So unfortunately, I can still do the one thing, or should I say, I can do this thing without any aid as such. All I'm doing here is cutting the corners out. It's usually by a few mil just to be able to cover the top. I always do the smaller size first. Don't think there's any preference to this, but It's just what I do. And then all I'm doing is at the corners, just tucking the corners in. And this is just so I can get the corners covered. Once I've done that bit, I then just go straight over top. Now I'm not too fussed if I've got creases in, which I'll show you. If I've got creases within it, because it's going to be covered up. As long as it's not right to the top, it's fine. So all I'm doing now is just nipping the corner down now that it's fully sealed. Just so it lays flat. So this that I'm using is a buck bone. I got it when I was doing my first hardback books, which I have to admit I haven't done one since. It's not completely out of the woods, but it just means I've still got the skills to do these. So, another 4 to go, 2 to go, sorry. So all 4 of these are now done. So the only thing now left to do is put on the relevant tops. So all I'm doing is just putting double-sided sticky tape all the way around the paper. You don't want to do it around there, because if you slightly misjudge, you end up with a horrible mess. So all the way around 4 corners and 1 in the centre just to support. So, since she's here, we need to go through every single bit there, but first off is always going to be these. When it comes to the soft ones, I just need to make sure that the back and the fronts, let's try that again, the back and the front are on both before I start doing this, unless I will forget about them. Open it up. So those two, so the last two 12 and 11 are always popped out. With this, I always have it where the 3 is lined up with the 18, or as near to, damn it. That is where I found out where the nice centre is. When it comes to actually getting it in the centre on others, it'd probably be great for an A5, but anything lower or higher, it doesn't make sense. So let's get through these. Right, so the main ones are done. Now on to these. So I've moved this now to 3.6. It kind of jumps from 3.6-ish to 3.7, so there's no real number for it, but it does work. So we need to make sure that it is the correct way around and the pet is facing that way on. I've got my 15.9 inch wire. Now these can sometimes be quite hard to pull apart, but I have learnt that patience is definitely the key. So when it comes to these, they're always 10 teeth for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is where I'm going to cut. So let's turn this around. So I'm going to hook on one of these. So pages first. Front cover, back cover. Just making sure that everything is the dog facing the same way. There we go. So I'll lift this one off and I'm going to put aside for a second. Right, so cinch once again is a few short down from 5/8. Now I have to admit, when I was first doing this, I just pressed them a little bit more, but it does end up curving if you don't have both the tooth and the ends right to the back. So right to the back. Hold the book in place, squish. There you go. Hey again everyone. So all of my notebooks are finally done and they've come out absolutely brilliant. And I just thought I'd give you a bit of an idea of how much we've all contributed. There's loads, absolutely loads. I've also been playing around as well with getting them into these really small bags. So they only just fit, barring a little bit of a wrap around. So it was a case of putting it in, then putting the pen in. but it has worked, and that'll be, well, tomorrow's issue, but it will be tomorrow for me. So after putting these finally in the box, oh my, it's filled the box. So this is it for me for this week. If you did like this, please like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear what you're saying. And please let me know as well if you preferred the short form, the long form, or just like viewing it at all. It really would help with the algorithm. And thank you very, very much. So see you next week. Bye.